One hand.
I think we have a tie.
No fucking ties.
Hey, no tie. You've heard what they have to say. I could break the tie, but I don't think. I don't know. I'm going to ask you guys.
The audience must decide.
Yeah, you can say hand shot first. Hand shot first. Hand shot first. Hand shot first. And Galactica. And Death Star.
Wow. They were louder, but they had less hands. Much like the new Galactica. But it sounds cool.
Well, I gotta tell you, I can't distinguish. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep them both in the competition, and we're gonna eliminate Jihu ships in one of the upcoming rounds.
What? No.
Galactica. Star.
Truly,
That was an epic battle.
truly no one is getting laid ever again. Have fun with your British officers and your clones of tomorrow mornings. I'm going off with my ladies.
Actually, Carrie Fisher was on that.
Okay.
But only for like a couple of hours.
Okay, the next one.
We have the Millenium Falcon animated versus the USS Enterprise animated. Man, the acetone guns.
But it doesn't really matter because we're all dead and everything on the island never happened.
Spoiler alert.
Millennium Falcon animated versus the USS Enterprise animated. Robert Meyer Burnett animated. That CGI is great.
Well, you know, it's not really. It's Kirk. I mean, it's James Tiberius Kirk. Who do you expect? That's it, man. I'm going with the Enterprise, and I have nothing funny to say about it.
You don't see Shatner, cowboys and aliens.
No. I am torn, much like an animation cell. You know what? Jesus, what is happening to this? I thought this was why there was no animation in this contest. But yeah, I'm with you. Hey, he's like a hot chick. Like he was like.
Did Harrison Ford voice himself?
He sure did. Oh hell.
Somebody must know something. I mean, I don't know what he was on, but he definitely voiced himself.
As did Mark Hamill.
Yes. Animated Enterprise. Although,
And B. Arthur voiced himself.
at least a few times a day.
All the animated Millennium Falcon really did was crash land in a red ocean planet, while Han and Chewie got the sleeping sickness. Hang upside down.
As did the audience.
You know,
Stop throwing kisses at everyone, Mark. That's just disgusting.
I have to go with the animated Enterprise. I mean, they had a cool new.
Before you weigh in, I just want to point out, I want to disqualify some of what you said. You're talking about Kirk versus Captain Solo. And the reality is, the captains are relevant. It's about spaceships.
Yeah.
We'll get the captains later. We're talking about the ability and firepower of the spaceships, not who's in command. So let's keep it real.
So here's
Until it proves inconvenient.
so I've seen every episode of the animated Star Trek.
and I've never seen the Star Wars Christmas special. So to me, the animated Millennium Falcon exists in the platonic cake of ideals. It's perfect. It's never been sullied by my actually laying eyes on it. And therefore, I will vote for the ideal I have in my head of a ship that I've never seen over the reality-based, somewhat crudely drawn model of the Enterprise.
The most brilliant answer we've ever gotten.
Dr. Plato, keep it in me.
There were a lot of syllables in that answer.
Han and Chewie fell into the sleeping sickness, much the same way that I did while watching the animated Star Trek series. I'm going with the Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon, after maybe 2 minutes of screen time in that short, nearly cost us the entire Star Wars saga. It nearly destroyed what we dearly love. But then again, if it had, we wouldn't have had the prequels.
Or Yoda.
Or Yoda, yeah, or Yoda.
Or the Ewoks.
But you know, the Star Trek animated series was the first exposure I had to Star Trek as a child.
And we had more trouble, more tribbles.
Sure. Tribbles are pink, you know that?
The Star Trek animated series kept that franchise alive.
That's true.
Whereas the animated series
That's
almost
true.
sank.
The power of life versus the power of death. Death usually wins, though, so you know, I gotta go with my heart, and I gotta choose the Enterprise.
The appearance of the Enterprise has defeated the cartoon Millennium Falcon.
Was anybody
And I
surprised?
must say, I'm very lucky that it was only the holiday special Millennium Falcon. Darren.
The Borg Cube versus the ISS Enterprise.
Dude. Keanu was here, he said, "Whoa." We have a Borg cube versus the ISS Enterprise. And for those of you who are apparently unschooled in the art of spaceships, the ISS Enterprise is from the mirror universe, where people are the opposite of what they are here.
Bum, 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 bum.
So Rob's going to talk about how hot the guys are.
I don't care what universe you're from, that Kirk would seduce the Borg Queen right out of her ship. You know, the old mirror.
He'd probably seduce her right out of her torso.
Ashley.
Look, here's the thing, man. That Captain Kirk could do nothing but scream and freak out. That was like his only skill. I wonder how the hell they took over. Other than the fact that I would concede to Rob that his girlfriend was all and he had a Tantalus device, but the Borg would quickly adapt to the Tantalus device. I don't care.
How can you adapt to be non-existent? Maybe they're fine with it, but they're gone.
I don't know. Yeah, you know what? You can, okay?
God, maybe Darren should be running Thor. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go with the Borg Cube on this one. ISS Enterprise.
Well, the ISS Enterprise was built for really one thing only: conquest and destruction.
Good thing.
It has a crew of seasoned, battle-hardened Starfleet officers. The goatees. And sashes. And daggers.
That move up in rank for assassination.
Right, because that's always a good policy.
They are ruthless and motivated. The Borg cube just has numbers. I don't know, I have to go with the ISS Enterprise.
Robert, can you defend Borg Cube? Yes, I already did. They wore sashes. Sashes are not cool. No, they're not. Agonizers on their belt so they can discipline their crewmen. I think that was a little twee.
Quick, Dave's check. That'll win the fight.
And the Borg are covered in leather. What's your point?
Borg.
I guess that is the point.
I would not ever want to vote for an Enterprise. However, Mirror Universe.
Your pledge.
I know, but I have to. But this makes sense.
I know.
Definitely. Mirror Universe Borg probably are going to want to do the opposite of assimilate.
They give technology to everybody.
I think that the Enterprise has already destroyed them. So I have to pick the Enterprise in this one.
Darren? That's a good question. Is the Mirror Universe the battleground?
I don't believe he calls it
Enterprise
Enterprise.
covers. Are you?
Do you want me to pick the Borg cube?
Okay, go with what your heart tells you.
It doesn't matter. I'm completely impartial. I'm just the moderator. I have no affinity for Star Trek or anything.
Don't worry, I won't vote for it again. It's just this one particular matchup.
As I chastised Mr. Miller earlier, the ISS Enterprise has boarded the spoils of a plundered laboratory that yielded the Tantalus field. A device that will make you invincible. And it just winked the Borg cube out of existence. It's done. It's done. We're finished.
Indeed we are. And the winner is the ISS Enterprise. Classic Trek beats Next Generation every time. Okay, moving on. Here's
Tardis versus the Jupiter 2.
Oh! Wow. Tardis versus the Jupiter 2. Welcome to the 60s. It's grooving.
And they're both battling in black and white.
We're going to start with Steve Melching.
Start with me. Oh my god.
You are prepared.
You're on the hot seat now.
I think the TARDIS could materialize inside the Jupiter 2, and the Doctor and his various companions could exit and make short work of the Jupiter 2's crew.
Reverse the polarity.
Yeah, they could use a sonic screwdriver, reverse the polarity.
So Robert, is that retardist, or do you agree?
I'm trying to imagine Doctor versus Doctor. They're both very good at running away. They both have questionable taste in friends and fashion. I have to go with the longest running, most goofy ass franchise in television. TARDIS.
Robert Burnett.
Well, I'm going to take the TARDIS because the Doctor knows Captain Jack. Captain Jack's the only dude I've ever been attracted to.
Robert, you know that's just not true.
And the family is where the Jupiter 2, you know, what good are they? That makes any sense.
Actually,
I think whoever wins, we lose. On one hand, it's a goddamn phone booth. I don't care what it looks like. I don't justify what it looks like inside, man. I've seen the show. On the other hand, the Jupiter 2 is like a freaking Winnebago.